Hello guys, this is Deepika. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me fine, like without any issue or any disturbance? Hey guys, this is my second live session, and I took one on past Saturday. I'm not sure if you guys have got a chance to attend the session. So if you have attended the session, then it might be a repetition for you. So if you want to drop off, you can drop off anytime. In this session, I have a couple of things to share. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about my new course, which is based on Salesforce integration with external systems. That's the course that we are talking about. And also, I want to use this session to see if you guys have any doubts or any queries related to the current courses that you are currently enrolled in. So feel free to ask me anything if you have any questions. So before jumping into that, I also wanted to give you all the different things that we are going to cover in this new course. So I would request you guys to, I will send you a link of the course and open that course there. Let me see, I will add the link for the course. And give me 1 second. Let me upload a resource so that you can see that presentation that I will be talking about today, and you can follow along with me. So right on the first video itself, 1 second. So if you go to the first video of that course, which is the link that I've given to you, there is a title of the video is setting, under the first section, there is a title called Creating a Salesforce Developer Account. In that section, I have just downloaded a PowerPoint presentation in the resources section. So you should be able to see it. So let me know if you have opened that PowerPoint presentation. So I have sent the link of the course on the top here. And in the first section itself, without even enrolling in the course, you will be able to see the resources section of the first video. So I will request you guys to open that session. So let me know if you have opened it so that once I start talking about the new course, follow along with me what are the things that I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Rohit, Dharmesh, Mani, have you opened the presentation that I'm talking about? You can split the video if you have any questions. Yeah, so the PowerPoint presentation is available. Let me just, I've uploaded on the course itself, the link I have shared in the messages. Have you uploaded have you seen the presentation? It's in the first video itself. It's in the first video of the course. And the title for that lecture is creating a Salesforce developer account. So in that video, you will find the resources that I'm talking about. And let me upload it on a drive. Okay, guys, so I will be, rather than going to Udemy, what I can do is I will just send the Google Drive link and you can open that presentation by clicking on that link that I just pasted in the discussion here. So let me know if you're able to open this Google Drive link and then we can start. Rajat, Ayan, Dharmesh. Okay. Are you able to click on the link and able to see the presentation that I'm talking about? Let me know so we can get started and then we can talk about this. Okay, great. So, so what is this Salesforce integration with external system? This is a brand new course on Udemy, which has been released a couple days ago, and it is one of the most demanded course which students were looking for. So what are the different things that we are going to cover inside of this course? So the first thing is we are going to talk about the different Salesforce APIs. So we will cover REST APIs, SOAP APIs, bulk APIs, and we will also do a lot of connections, or we can say we'll integrate Salesforce with external system, and we will see how we can fetch the data from Salesforce and display that data inside of the external system, which is hosted on a local machine, or it can be hosted on anywhere on the internet. And we will also see how to pull the data from an external systems and display that information inside of Salesforce. So we will talk about the streaming APIs. Inside of the streaming API, we will talk about push topic, platform events, change data capture events, and all these things. So I am on the third slide here, and you can see here there is a student info app, and this is the app that we are going to be hosting this app on our local machine. So I will be using Visual Studio Code in order to download this application, and we will run this application using the Node.js server. So this application has 3 tabs. First is the home tab, the second one is the student details, and the third tab that you see is the schools tab. So the student details and school tab, you can see it is pulling up information, and this information, it is getting it from Salesforce. So we are going to integrate this external application, and from this external application, we will make a REST call to the Salesforce, and we are going to query the student records and the school records. So the student records and the school records, these are the custom objects that we will be building in the course as well. And you can see here, we're going to make a REST call and from the external application. And how are we going to upload the data into this application? We will upload the data using the bulk APIs. So we will make some bulk calls, and we are going to upload data via a CSV file. We will also do some request using a simple XML and JSON, and we will upload the data into this application using the bulk API, and we will run those bulk API from the Postman tool. So in this course, we're building 5 mini projects This is the first project that we are going to build, and you can see here from this project you will learn everything about the REST API, how you're going to authenticate your external application so that it can call and query from Salesforce, and we will display the data that it received in this application. So this is the first project that we are going to build in the course. We will also talk about the bulk APIs, as I mentioned, and we will run these bulk API queries using Postman. So how to install and how to make different kinds of requests using the bulk using Postman. We will also cover that. And through this bulk API, we will learn about how to create a job, how to add the batch to the job and all that. Bulk API is used to upload large sets of data. When you have large sets of data, let's say there is a Salesforce system that integrates with another order processing system, and every day you have a bunch of orders, and we wanted to go ahead and download that Excel sheet from the Excel system and upload it into Salesforce. So in those kind of scenarios, you can use this bulk API. So we will learn about bulk APIs in the course as well. Then the next project, the second mini project that we are going to build in the course would be this Aura application that you can see here, Lightning application. This Lightning application has a static text on the top, which says foreign exchange rates, and it has a button. So when you click on the button, a call out. So we will learn about call outs as well. So when you click on the button, a call out will be made to the external application. And from the external application, whatever the data we have received, we will show that data inside of this application. So you can see here, all this information is coming from an external web service. And we are making a HTTP call out to that web service. And whatever the data it has given us, we're going to show the data inside of Salesforce. So are you guys following along with me? Ramkumar, I won't be able to share my screen. I tried finding different ways, and I was able to find one to share the screen. But for some reason, if I share my screen, I lose. You won't be able to see me. So I'm still debating. From next time, probably we have to use Zoom or something of that nature. But for today, just bear with me. I have shared a link of a Google Drive spreadsheet. Dharmesh, I did not get your question. So without the presentation also, we can work on the course. Okay, so Mahi, if you see, I have pasted a Google Drive link, and that link has a presentation. So let me share one more time here and open that link, Mahi, the one that I just posted on the chat here. So click on that Google Drive link, and you will see the presentation that I'm talking about. Not the... Click on the link that I just posted. Everybody has opened the presentation, guys? Mahi, are you able to see the presentation? I'm on the slide number 5. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I'm on the slide number 4. No, sorry, I'm on the slide number 5. And you can see here, this is the second project that we're going to build is going to be Aura component. We're going to build in the course as well. And from this Aura component, we're going to make a REST call out, or we're going to make a call out to this web service. And whatever the data the web service returns back, we will display that data inside of Salesforce. This is the second project that we're going to build. Then I'm going to the next slide here. Slide number 6. Okay, so in the slide number 6, you can say we're talking about streaming APIs. Now, what is this streaming API? So think of it as a YouTube channel. So you have a YouTube application, and on the YouTube application, you have different channels. Okay, so let's say I have a channel called My Tutorial Rack. So let's say if you wanted to make yourself aware that anytime Deepika posts a video, I want to get a notification. So what you do is you subscribe to the channel, right? You don't keep coming back to my channel over and over again to see does I uploaded a video, because anytime I upload a video, you will get a notification if you are subscribed to my channel. So the same way the streaming API works, in the streaming API, what happens is we are going to have a Java application which we are going to run inside of Eclipse, and then we are going to have Salesforce. So what will happen is this Java application will subscribe to the channels, okay? And based on what channel this application has subscribed to, whenever you make any changes in Salesforce, this Java application will get the notification. So through this project, we are going to learn about platform events. We are going to learn about push topics. We will see change data capture. So these are three important topics. And this is one of the most important topics these days. Interviewers love to ask questions related to. So through this streaming API module, you're going to learn about all these three things, and you will see how you're able to integrate this Java application with Salesforce using three things, and you will see the difference between each of them. What is platform events and when to use it? What is a push topic and when to use it? And how to create a push topic, how to create a change data capture events. And through these things, we will see that anytime you enter a new record in one of the objects, or you delete a record, automatically that notification is sent to the Java application, and you will see that notification being received on Eclipse. And you will also see what things have changed through the streaming API. So we're going to talk in detail about the streaming API. And this is the third project that we're going to create in this course. Then I'm on the next slide, which is slide number 7. And inside this, and this is going to be the fourth project, the mini project that we're going to build. And in this, what we're going to do is we are going to integrate two developer, or you can say two Salesforce orgs. One of the Salesforce org will be considered as a source org, and the second one will be considered as a target org. So there are going to be two orgs, and we are going to integrate them using the SOAP UI. So through this module, you're going to learn about SOAP UI. You're going to learn about what are partner WSDL files, how to generate Apex classes using the partner WSDL, and how you're going to integrate these two different developers' account. So what we're going to do here is anytime you create a new record in this source org in one of the developer account, it fires the triggers, which makes a call to that second Salesforce org, and the same set of records are created in the target org as well. So the whole integration piece we are going to do step by step inside of this course. So we're going to create two developers account. We're going to generate the WSDL files. We're going to do a SOAP call from that one Salesforce org, and we're going to connect it, and we're going to send the data through that. And anytime the second org receives that data, we are going to make a call. It'll create those set of records. So this is the fourth project that we're going to build in the course. Any questions, guys, you have so far? Are you able to follow me properly? We will talk about all those questions. I'm very close to wrapping up the presentation, and then we'll jump into your queries. This is for anybody who is enrolled in this on my courses. And if you have any queries, you can ask me questions during these live stream. I do not do every day. I'm trying to do it once a week. So if you're enrolled in my courses, and if you have any queries or questions, or you're stuck at one of the videos lecture, then this is the time you can use, and we can talk about your queries, and I'll try to answer all your questions during this live stream video. And from next time, I'll try to find a way where I will be able to share my screen. So if we will be able to have a better experience than just listening to me. So we'll do all of that, but bear with me for this time, and I'll try to have a better presentation next time so you can see what I'm doing along with me. So coming back to the presentation, we have talked about the fourth project. Then the next thing is not only just the mini projects, we'll also learn about these two important tools, which are the two testing tools, testing your APIs. So if you want to test your API rather than writing a bunch of code in just to test the response, what you can do is you can download these SOAP UI and Postman tool, and you can run the same, or you can test your APIs using this. So we are going to cover Postman tool in detail, and we will also cover SOAP UI tool as well. So you can see here, I'm sharing an image of the Postman tool, and you're going to see there are 27 requests, and all these 27 requests we're going to make from Postman. So you will learn about how to authorize yourself, the REST authorization, SOAP 1, how to query or receive records using a query statement, how to do a bulk API calls, how to make SOAP calls, custom web service. All these things we are going to do, run it from the Postman. So you can see here, we will cover Postman tool in a lot of detail. And we will also talk about the SOAP UI tool. So through the SOAP UI tool, you will see how to log into Salesforce, how to create a new record into Salesforce, how to retrieve records from Salesforce, and you will also see how to delete records. So all these four things you're going to learn through the SOAP UI tool as well. So we will cover both the tools in this course. Now, jumping on to the slide 10, this is the fifth project that we're going to build, and this project is using the Lightning Web Components. So inside of this, what we're going to do is we're going to create a Lightning Web Component, which will have two combo boxes and a button. So from the first drop box, you're going to pick up a base currency, and from the second one, you're going to pick up two currencies. So basically, currencies. So if you wanted to know what is the conversion rate of US dollar to Indian rupee, then you can use this web service and it'll give you that information. So we are going to call this web service, we're going to make a REST call, and we're going to call this web service, and it is going to give back that response, and that response we're going to display inside of our Lightning Web Component. So this is the fifth project that we are going to build in the course. So you can see here, and the call that we're going to make, the call out that we're going to make, we are going to make it using the client-side controller as well as using the Apex or the server-side controller as well. So what is the difference between making those two calls? We will cover that also. So through this, we will also talk about remote site settings. We are going to talk about how to create those Apex call out from the Lightning Web Component and all that thing. Now, this course assumes, another important thing is, I've jumped to the next slide. So this course assumes you have a basic understanding of Salesforce out-of-the-box features as well, and a little bit about Aura components and web components. So it's not, this course may not be for the beginners at this point in time. So if you are, you can take this with Apex programming, then you'll be able to follow along with the course. So, and also this course will be very beneficial if you're preparing for your Platform Developer 2 exam, because that exam requires you an understanding of integration concepts. So this course will also prepare you for that. And we will, if you want to learn about these important APIs, SOAP, REST, streaming, bulk, outbound messages, Apex callouts, then this course covers all of these in great detail. If you are looking to become a senior developer or lead developer, these are kind of, integration is one of the most important things you should be aware of, and you should be aware of how to integrate Salesforce and what are our options of integrating Salesforce and which APIs, because there are different vast variety of things available when you're going to use streaming API, when you're going to do the other APIs that we have. So that judgment should be there. So this course gives you in-depth knowledge of all the different APIs that are available. And if you wanted to learn about more advanced concepts, you want to increase your knowledge, you want to do some practical examples, I have used a real-time project in the course, which I'm currently working at my workplace, where we integrated using platform events. So you're going to get a good hands-on experience working with integrating stuff. And all the code snippets and everything are already part of this course. So you will be able to see these, whatever the code that we have used, you will be able to see that under the resources sections of each of those lectures, which talks about it. Any questions, guys? Chandra, this is for everybody who needs help related to Salesforce. If you are my student, good. If you not, that's okay. I don't, as long as you might be helpful, then that's fine for me. But the session is specifically for students who are enrolled in and who have any queries related to Salesforce. Thank you. So REST APIs and SOAP, there's a question from Mukesh regarding when we use REST API and SOAP APIs. So SOAP APIs are legacy applications. So if something is only works with XML and let's say the banking industries are using legacy applications, in that case, they can only use SOAP. But new companies or the new integrations that we're using, REST is the main one. We are using REST because REST can work with XML as well as JSON, where SOAP is only restricted to an XML only. So that is the major difference between the two APIs. So serialize and deserialize is when you wanted to stream data or when you wanted to send data over a network. So basically you serialize that data into a form of an object, and then you set that data or in a form of a JSON, and then you send the data, and then the receiving end, you deserialize that data. So this is a way of communicating and sending information from one system to the other. So that is the serialize and deserializing you do. Rohit, I did not understand your question on. REST always works on the third-party applications. You can do, so from the external applications, when I did in this course, I used REST, and in order for me to integrate to Salesforce, or you can do that, I think you can do that using the REST as well. I don't think there's a restriction on only using SOAP over that. So in the case of the session ID, what happens is it will keep updating itself, or you have to refresh it. So you will get an updated session ID. So you can use the updated session ID, and the application that we have used in this example, you will see that it will make a call where it will refresh itself, and then it will send that call again. General question: Salesforce admin required for becoming a Salesforce developer? Salesforce admin certification, but you have a platform developer certification, it's fine, because even in order to become a developer, you should be familiar with what are the things that you can do using Salesforce out-of-the-box features. So you should be familiar with the out-of-the-box features of Salesforce, but if you do not have a certification like an admin certification, it's all right. If you want to go for it, it's very good. If not, then you can directly go to Platform Developer 1. But even if you want to prepare for those certifications like Platform Developer 1, you need to have a good understanding of out-of-the-box features of Salesforce, like different types of relationships, creating objects, tabs, formula fields, validation rules, reports, all those things. You should be familiar with it. So did I answer your question, Lee? Okay, so coming back to the presentation, I'm on the slide number 12. So how is this course going to be different? So this, as I mentioned, and as if you're enrolled in my courses at Udemy or on my website, you will find that all the courses are complete hands-on. I do not like to give PowerPoint presentations. I want to do something which you can understand with the help of a real-time application, or at least a small project that will give you a complete hands-on experience. So this course is no different. You're going to get a real end-to-end integration between two applications. You're going to talk about streaming API, bulk APIs, and all those APIs. There is not any other course especially on Udemy or any other. I haven't seen it, or I haven't seen come across yet, which talks about all these things and which has that streaming API is one of the good examples where we are having a Java application and we have a Salesforce, and we will see that whenever you make a change on the Salesforce side, you will see a notification, a message will be seen on the Eclipse project as well. So you will see a real-time integration going on between these two completely independent systems. So you're going to learn about all these things inside of this course. Another important thing that I'm going to add, if you're a part of the course, is we're going to do a weekly doubt session. At least I'll try to do weekly, maybe, but once or twice a month for sure. We're going to do these weekends doubt session. And if you are having any doubts related to this course or any of the course that you are currently enrolled in, then we're going to take those doubt sessions during these live sessions, and you can ask your queries. I've also added a couple of quizzes in the course as well. So if you have gone through a couple of lectures, you will find a quiz, and then you can answer those quizzes. You can test your knowledge based on whatever you have learned so far. So you're going to have the quizzes, code snippets, and weekly doubt session. This is one of the new things that I'm going to add in this course, because what happens is a lot of times students have asked me questions in the and get a lot of questions on a daily basis, and I might not be able to get to them daily. So this doubt session will also ease my work, where I can answer your queries directly over during that time, so that I'll have less queries under the question answers. And also it'll give a live interaction to interact with you guys and to learn more about you and what are the new things or you're interested to learn about. So it'll give me a better understanding of my students, and you get to know me, I get to know you. So that's why I'm going to start these doubt session on a weekly basis. Now, how you can enroll in the course. So there is a 2-day period. I have created this discount coupon called integration course. That's the coupon code. So if you are, you can check out this link, and it's available in the presentation itself. So you can go ahead and no, Dharmesh, I do not have any Platform Developer 2 course right now. So maybe in the future, but I currently do not have that Platform Developer 2. I have an admin certification course, which I'm going to revamp. And also there is a developer course, which is one of the best sellers, where students who have completely new to programming and they don't know about any programming and they wanted to get into Salesforce development, that course is highly, highly recommended. And a lot of students have taken that course and have a great feedback from them. And that's one of the course. So I have shared the link with the coupon code. So the 2 days are left on that coupon codes. Otherwise, you have to pay whatever the price Udemy has to offer. So if you wanted to enroll by the minimum price, you can use the link that I've just shared with you in the chat. So now is the time to ask your queries. First of all, guys, let me know which courses you are currently, or what level of understanding you have about Salesforce. Are you a beginner level? Are you a developer, intermediate? What's the level? And if you have any doubts regarding Salesforce, let me know. Especially if you are stuck with one of those lectures of mine or any of that stuff. Thanks, Lee, for the feedback. I really appreciate it. First of all, I would say go ahead and click on the link that I shared with you with the coupon code. If you're not enrolled in the course, go ahead and enroll, because you're going to lose that coupon code after 2 days. Today and tomorrow, I think, is the last day. So hurry up on that, and then we'll come back and answer your queries. So REST API is lightweight. First of all, I think SOAP is the major difference is also in the SOAP. You can send large amount of data. REST API works on JSON, so it's more lightweight as compared to the SOAP, because you have the whole WSDL file and all that. So that's why they say more REST architecture is based on HTTP protocol, and it's lightweight. So that's one of the reasons, I think. The reason, yeah, so JSON is one of the, it's more because it works over JSON, and JSON is considered to be lightweight, and that's why they say that REST is lightweight, whereas whereas SOAP only works with XML, which is a little heavier, so that's why they say it. And it takes less memory to deal with JSON as compared to deal with, or what I mean by memory is the bandwidth. So it takes less when you transfer JSON over XML. So did I answer your question, Rajat? Ramesh, why did you join late? I told you guys to be there at 3 o'clock. So any course that you are enrolled in at Udemy or anywhere on my website, they are lifetime access. So it's not just for 1 year or 2 years, it's for lifetime. Once you're enrolled in, that's the price that you're going to pay. And it's a one-time payment, and you can enroll in, and then you can access it. You'll have lifetime access. Okay, so Ramesh, Makesh, I did not understand your question. All API communicate with same method. What does that mean? Ramesh, which course is better after Salesforce admin? So if you wanted to, the next question I will ask Ramesh is, do you have any programming experience or any programming experience like Java or .NET or any of that? Or are you coming from a non-IT or from a non-development? Okay, so to answer you, I have a course called Salesforce Developer Training for Beginners. Now that specific course is basically for students who are completely new to programming, who do not, because there is a notion going around that you need to be familiar with Java in order to become a Salesforce developer, or that's not true. If you have the right training, it always helps. If you're coming from a programming background, it's always easy. But if you do not have an experience with programming, that's fine. There's a course that I talk about is Salesforce Developer Training for Beginners. And that particular course covers from the very basics, like what is a programming language, and what is Apex, what are variables, what are classes, what are functions, all that small topics, or basically the basics of programming is covered. But if you think that you know all of that, and the other course that I would recommend is the Salesforce Developer Training for Platform Developer 1 exam. That is the course which contains some intermediate and advanced concepts. Here we'll talk about triggers, batches, batch apex, and all that, schedulable, those things, SOSL, SOQL, those topics are covered. And it also prepares you for the Platform Developer 1 exam. So that is the other course. It is more for intermediate developers who already know about programming, but you're not aware of Apex. I will still recommend to go with the beginners course. Go through it. If you think you already know that, then just go through the Platform Developer 1. So those are the two main courses. There's another course that I've covered is Salesforce Developer Training with Real-Time Project. That particular course has a project. We are building a application in the project, and which will touch Apex, which will touch Visualforce, all those three components, and out of the box, and you will be building a application through that course. So that is, once you have an understanding of development, then you can join that course and see how things are done through the help of a project. So that is completely a project course. So remote site settings is basically whenever if Salesforce has to talk to an external system, okay, or an external web service, then that particular web service has to be whitelisted. Okay, has to be whitelisted means Salesforce should know that it can talk to that external system, or it's okay to talk to that remote application. So that address of that application should be listed under the remote site settings. So that is the purpose of the remote site settings. Did you get it? Hitesh, don't get disheartened if you are admin, because admin certification, I'm not sure how many years of experience. Named credential, sorry about that. Name credential is for listing out the endpoint of the URL or the Apex call that you are making. That is for the named point, just to list out. But the remote site setting, if you're making a call out, that particular address should be listed under the remote site settings. Did I answer your question, Varun? After any admin certification, not getting call for any job. Okay, Hitesh, so don't worry about it. Admins, you have to compare the amount of job opportunities. Some of the admin, because not every company will require a bunch of admins, you'll only have one or two, so that's why the opportunities are less. So I will also recommend you, either you have something additional along with your admin, so you can choose a developer route or other kind of route, BA or non-technical route, but you have to have more than admin certification, and you also need to have some experience on your resume in order for you to get that picked. So that's there. Rajat, I actually don't know the answer. Is there something as call-in in Salesforce? Can we consume web service by call-in too? I have not heard about call-in, uh, so I won't be able to help you on that. Any other questions, guys? Okay, I have a quick question. What all courses uh, of mine do you know? Because not a lot many people ask me, hey, do you have a course on Aura component? I do. Do you have a course on web? So you should know how many courses so far I have on Udemy. Do you have a list of the courses that either you're enrolled in or you know how many I have? I'm waiting on your answers. Thanks, Wang. No, that's not the right number. Thank you, Mukesh, for enrolling in. Thanks, Dharmesh. So just to make yourself aware, I'll also see whatever is one of the best ones. So the admin certification course, that needs a revamping. So I will recommend you to go with Mike's course for that, because he did a great job in that. I have no affiliation with him, but I still think that he has covered a great material in the admin certification course. So you can go for that one. Thank you, Varun. If you're preparing for admin, I won't recommend just by going. To be very frank and to be very truthful, I need to revamp my admin course. So, but that's what I'm going to work on next, is kind of putting up a great course for admin preparation only. But if you're currently preparing for it, I will highly recommend you to try Mike Wheeler's course. He does a great job in that, and he has covered great material as well. And along with that, I will also tell you to go with the focusonforce.com, and they have very good sample papers, but don't just depend on those sample papers only. Okay. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Dharmesh, for enrolling. So I have admin one. One of the best one I will recommend is Salesforce Developer Training for Beginners course. Platform Developer 1 exam course is also in great detail. Then there is a Salesforce Developer Training with real-time project. That is also one of the best courses because it covers a very good enhanced project end-to-end. This is the integration one, is also very nice. I also created an intermediate course for the developers that also covers about asynchronous Apex, triggers, APIs, all that in that course as well. So those are, I have courses on Visualforce as well, which is, but right now Visualforce, I think nobody's using it. But if you want to learn about Visualforce, I do have a course for that. Lightning Web Component, it has a great ton of content on those. Lightning Web Components. Thank you, Rajat. I really, really appreciate it, because when you enroll, it gives me motivation to create more content. And I don't like to create a shitty stuff just to make money, to be very frank. If I'm not satisfied, you can fool somebody once. You can't fool them again and again with your shitty content, right? So I know that. So I will not put up anything online or on any course which I think doesn't add value. And I will tell you up front. So first of all, I won't do something like that because I'm here for long run. And if you want to be successful, and I believe that you need to give value to people, otherwise you can make small here and there. But in order to be there in order to compete, you need to have a good quality product. And that's what I believe in. And teaching is my passion, and I can teach for free. And I have done it in the past. I have taught people for free as well. So teaching is my passion, and I love to do that. So when you guys give support, it really motivates me. And I get these emails and messages from students that my teaching, they liked it, and I'm so thankful for believing in me, from my bottom of my heart. Okay, and another thing, for anybody who is going into Salesforce, or I also want to put a lot of emphasis on your communication. And the communication is also very important. And recently I have taken interviews where people knew a lot of stuff, but they were not able to communicate. So along with preparing for your technical aspect, you should also prepare for your on your communication. And one of the common questions which every employer asks is, they will ask you about your recent projects. Okay, so you should have a good design in mind, or whatever you have done in the recent project, you should be able to communicate well enough, because all the ongoing questions they're going to ask will be based on the project. And another tip is, anything that you have listed on your resume, you should be aware of that. Do not put anything in your resume which you have not worked with or you have no experience, because that gives a bad impression. Because something that you've listed, if you don't know, then that's not good. So always try to put whatever things you exactly know in your resume, because questions will come from that. If you're talking about SFBA business analyst, I do not have a course for the business analyst. Unfortunately, Aparna, you can check out on Udemy if you have any business analyst courses on there. Ayan, do not worry about certification. It's not end of the world. Okay, if you give it, it's not a big deal. But if you have gone through the videos, if you've gone through the courses, my next thing would be to go through those practice papers. They are available on focusonforce.com. I have no affiliation with that website. Okay, so but I have taken their sample papers for Platform Developer 1, I think, or one of those, and they're very good. So I would highly recommend you guys to check out that one for your preparation. But I have also heard from students that if you're only going to be dependent on those dumps and you believe that those dumps are going to come in the exam, you're going to fail. So second thing is, along with the dumps, you'd also need to have the material prepared as well, because questions might not be from that, but it'll give you a hang of how the exam is. And I wish you all the very best, and you're going to get successful. And if not, that's give another time. It's not a big deal. Thanks, Wang, and congratulations on passing your Platform Developer 1 exam. Great job. Praveen, unfortunately, it doesn't do integration with Kafka, but this has a integration with another Java application. And so if you're talking about streaming API or learning about that, you might have everything you know for Kafka as well. But this course specifically doesn't cover Kafka. Ted, we do have on-job support. But that is a separate bunch of developers that work on that if you need any help with your project. So you have to contact me separately, or I'll give you their information and you can reach out to them and they will be able to help you. I personally don't do job support, but I have a team of developers that do job support. So you can either contact me or I can give you their number and then you can reach out to them directly. Mukesh, I will create a video on Salesforce Einstein. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Emanella. I hope I did it right. Okay. Tina, I do have a course on Salesforce interview preparation. So you can check out that course. It's available on Udemy. If you look for Salesforce interview, you will find the course that I have created, which is also one of the good courses. It contains every kind of material related to admin and development. Just for you for now to answer your questions, a lot of times people are asking for best practices on test cases. So if you and best practices on triggers, then they're also asking questions related to Aura components, like what are the different types of events in Aura component, what's the purpose of init, and all those things. Those are common questions I've seen. They're talking about platform events and how you have used platform event in your projects. If you have done, you should be familiar with those. Those are top 5 that I've been asking the students if anybody comes for me for interview. Wang, yes, Visualforce is going to gradually getting replaced by Lightning component, but there are still some companies which are still using Visualforce. But now the new projects that I've been working on is transitioning from Visualforce into Lightning. So down the line, people are not going to use Classic anymore, so they are going towards Lightning. So you should be familiar more. You should be stressing and learning more about Lightning components. Ted, you can reach out to me. My email is info@mytutorialrack.com. And if you need any help, I will be happy to help you on that. So what is a connected app? It's a type of API. No, it's not an API. Connected app is basically, it's basically creating an app or a Salesforce app that you can give to the external application who wants to talk to Salesforce. So when you create a connected app, it will give you a client secret and a consumer key or client ID or consumer secret key. You will give that information to that external applications who want to contact you or connect with you. And that's how the integration happens. So that's why we create a connected app. It's basically a way of connection from Salesforce with external system. And you create that connected app in Salesforce, which in return give you those 2 information. And then you use that information to authorize yourself. Okay, any more questions, guys? I think we are running, we are 52 minutes in the call, and this was supposed to be an hour session. So if you do not have it, then we can wrap it up. Thank you, Ted. I really appreciate it. And thanks for enrolling in my courses. And I will be doing these weekly doubt sessions. So first of all, are you getting my promotional emails and educational emails both in your, thank you, Ram, thank you, Rajat, in your Dropbox, or are you in your mailbox? Rohit, I just see a video of a YouTube icon. I don't know what's. Okay, so my email address is info@mytutorialrack.com. So if you have any questions, you can ask me there or try to join these doubt sessions. So that way you will get the response right away. Okay, thank you, Rajat. Mani, I will create something on Salesforce Einstein. So tell me, which one should I work first, Einstein or admin course? Thank you, Dharmesh. I really appreciate it. Admin or Einstein? How many votes for both of them? Okay. Einstein. Okay. I knew people are going to say both. I'll see which one is in demand, and then based on that, I'll try to create a course on that. Okay. So 2 people said Einstein. So maybe next time I'll have it. CPQ. Okay. Slowly. I can't just put anything online. So I need at least a month to put together a course. 1.5 months. This integration course took me about a month and a half to put up and editing and all that. So and also, if you think there's any doubts about the course, then please email to me. I don't get to see the your queries on Udemy because there are a lot of them. So maybe I won't be able to respond to them, but you can personally send me an email and I will look it up. And if you are stuck in a video, you have to tell me the number of the video, the lecture number, and the course. So that way I can directly jump into that video and see what's the issue. So more information you'll give it to me, I will be able to help you ASAP. So I'll ask a survey where I'll give choices for 3 things and we'll see which one people select and we'll go with that. Okay, guys, so with that, I'll take leave and I will see you in the next session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I know it was an office day and people might have have their office going on. So maybe not many people were able to join, but I will try to do it on weekends. So we will, a lot of people will join. Okay. So thank you, guys. And I really appreciate your time. And thanks a lot. And go enroll in the course if you're not enrolled. Salesforce integration with external system. I will quickly post a what do you call the course as well. So one last time. The coupon code is expiring in 2 days. So hurry up. This course that I'm talking about is the released 3-4 days ago. Ted, how did you do that? Thank you. Thank you, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay safe.